What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at my wife and mine's new car. This is our 2024 Audi RS3 finished in turbo blue, equipped with just the RS technology package and an MSRP at $65,600. So let's take a full point of view look at the 8Y generation, the all new gen for the Audi RS3. So underneath the hood, if I can remember where that latch is, this has a super unique motor. This is a 2.5 liter inline 5-cylinder turbocharged engine producing 401 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Has a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, Quattro AWD drive, and has been tested at 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, 0 to 100 at 8.4 seconds, quarter mile time in 11.8 seconds at 117 miles an hour, and it'll top out at 155. And with all that, it can still do 19 miles per gallon in the city and 29 out on the highway. So if we close the hood, taking a look at the styling, custom ordered this car in the turbo blue, beautiful color. These headlights are awesome with the LEDs. So if I go ahead and hit the unlock button, you can see the cool colors and then a nice white dance. Almost looks like it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and then a checkered flag. So a really cool design there. You're gonna see this massive grille. The front end of this car pretty much is grille. So you have a huge grille. This part right here is the actual bumper of the car, but the upper and lower does provide cooling to that intercooler as well as the radiators. Got your RS3 badge, Audi logo, nice front splitter with blue, and then a huge design over here with functional openings to provide more cooling to another radiator. So really nice design overall, super aggressive comparing to the previous generation, which is still a great looking car. You got some sharp lines all around the top of the hood, fading towards the windshield, and the front track width is almost 2 inches wider than the rear. So it kind of has a wide body up front, a little skinny in the back, so it's a little unique when you're behind this car. Nice little vent piece behind this front fender, and a really cool looking set of 19-inch wheels. These are the standard wheels with a cool 3 tones, mainly gloss black. You have silver and gray trim, and a massive set of 6-piston brake calipers. Really cool sporty side profile. You can tell it's a short and stubby car, but I really like how the front and rear fenders have kind of a boxy design, which is a really nice touch. Body color for all the door handles, gloss black mirror caps with the turn signal. You also have all gloss black trim surrounding the windows, giving it a nice sporty design, and then the glass panel up on front for that sunroof. Really cool side profile, sharp design for the side skirts, and then I like the sharp lines cutting into the trunk with a small gloss black spoiler. Got your Audi badge, RS3 badge, backup camera, and then nice sharp lines within the rear bumper. Again, this is some fake trim mesh stuff. However, you got all your sensors, it looks kind of cool. Got your reflectors, and then a huge set of oval exhaust tips. Really complements the car, just adding to some wider elements. Got a nice diffuser with gloss black and some fins, and overall it's a stylish car. Definitely comes together really well. Now for the trunk, you can double tap the button on the key fob. There's also a button right underneath the Audi badge. It's gonna automatically open up, and we have a pretty good sized trunk in here. Nice size for being a small car, and there's even hidden storage space down here that is quite functional with some tire changing kits. You can also see a hook up here for some groceries or something, 12 volt and a storage area. So pretty nice to see all of that. Now if we close it up, check out the interior. Now in back, you can actually open up these seats quite a lot of different ways. I can pull this one down individually. Got a nice area into the trunk just to maximize space. And then there's a handle back here. You can individually fold down this one as well. And of course the other one. So I really like how everything is laid out. You can mix and match. And then with the seats back up, this can seat 3 people. Of course, you can open this down. You have nice armrests and cup holders. And then you're gonna see the Nappa leather finished in black, red contrast stitching. And then the door panels have ambient lighting, alcantara, nice padded armrests, and then more stitching. And then if I go ahead and hop inside, you can see we have air vents, 2 USB ports, and quite a lot of legroom and footroom. Now this is at my wife's height, so this is about 5'3" driver in front of me. However, if I just reach forward and hold my memory seat button, putting it into my 5'11", it is still quite comfortable with a couple inches of legroom. So really practical car, honestly, for a family. This is definitely a pretty good sized car. And then if we go and take a look at the driver's seat now, which is where you really want to be in this car because it certainly is fun to drive. We have a proximity key, power folding side mirrors, and you can get a better look at the Nappa leather seating. Really cool interior. You're gonna see along the door on this, just like in back, same materials, got your grab handle, the 2 different memory seat icons, and sometimes if you just open the door, you can just tap this once. If you're driving, you're gonna have to hold the button down. Bang & Olufsen audio system, and then hopping inside, keep my foot on the brake, and fire it up. Everything will roar to life. You got a nice black leather steering wheel, perforated leather, some silver accents, your RS logo, and then on the screen you're able to easily go through quite a lot of information in the center, and then scrolling left and right, you see a lot more information. Now we have our view icon, which opens it up to a bigger screen. You can see all the same information, and then I like with the map, you're gonna get that virtual cockpit. So if we also take a look, you have speedometer on the right side, tack on the left, and the RS icon, if you tap this, gets you a really cool design for that gauge cluster. You have a few different modes in here. This is your rear wheel drive bias one where you can do some drifting and things like that. Then we have our normal drive modes on this left side where you can go through. Now also on the screen, if we go under the settings into display and brightness in the Audi virtual cockpit, you can adjust this design. So this is more of the typical one it came with. We're not really the biggest fan of that, so we like this one. And then of course the one over here has the cool runway design. Now also on the steering wheel, we have steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, stalk on the right for windshield wipers, turn signal and cruise control on the left. Headlight controls over here, some matte carbon fiber, gloss black trim, heads up display, and then just some rubber material. You're also gonna see more of that carbon fiber all throughout the right side, which I believe is new for 2024. And then like any Audi, this is pretty much the same. Different screens, settings, you can have vehicle settings right here. Go into your drive select. You also have the RS monitor, monitoring temperatures, G meter, tire pressure, and then a few more things can all pop up. You can also scroll through media, radio, phone, and map. And then if we put it into reverse, you got a nice little backup camera with some guidelines and parking sensors. Underneath all that, we have our climate controls. You have these nice toggles, fan speed toggle, air conditioning, zone, heated seats. You can sync it as well. And then we have our drive select for the typical 3 modes that you can easily cycle through. You also have hazards, 2 USBs, wireless phone charging, piano black all throughout the center with our shifter. This is like an old school iPod. You just rotate that for volume, change track. Electronic parking brake, 12 volt. And you can slide this forwards and back and open it up for a decent amount of space. Nice cup holders and more stitching. And then you're also gonna see a pretty good sized glove box. One last look at the interior. Pretty nice place to be. And another close look at the seats. I really like the manual leg rest you're gonna see. Nice stitching, contrast red, a little bit of alcantara on the edges, single piece backs, black headliner with a manual sunshade, and you can leave the sunshade closed and still open up that glass with all those controls. And we have garage door buttons behind the mirror. All right guys, setting off now. In the Audi RS3, this engine has a really unique design. Of course, the tone of it and the responsiveness of it is really nice. The transmission, lightning quick. And you can hear the turbo just a little bit. That is a really cool touch that I didn't expect. But as far as normal driving, so if I tone the car back down into normal or in comfort mode, automatic, one thing I really like with the new RS3, it is really refined and comfortable. You don't hear any wind noise or road noise. It is a nicely refined premium car, and with these seats, they're incredibly comfortable. It's a really good place to be for normal driving. I also like one touch of a button, you can go into all your fun modes and everything and have a lot of fun. So on a few sweepers, let's have a little bit of fun. So the brakes definitely work really well as you hit them. Plenty of power. I love when you let off the gas, the car kind of jolts forward and back a little bit, like there's so much resistance with the engine and it's so responsive. As soon as you do anything, the car just does what you want. One complaint, the steering is gonna get some taking used to. It's got the progressive steering to it, so it's a little different comparing it to normal cars that I'm used to. So I'm not quite sure if I like it just yet. I don't know if it inspires all too much confidence just yet. Maybe I just need more time behind the wheel. Not really all too sure. The car seems to handle well. Maybe we'll turn around and try that again. But normal driving, definitely, it's a comfortable, roomy car. While it's a smaller car, it feels a lot bigger than the previous generation, and we will be selling our 2016 S3, obviously, for this car, so that'll be for sale in a month or so. But you can tell this feels a little bit more roomy, a little bit bigger. Use of materials is really good overall. You got the nice leather on the steering wheel. The seats themselves are really, really nice. Visibility is also really good in the car. You can just see around with no issues. I don't see anything wrong with that. Over your right shoulder, good view. Left shoulder, same sort of deal. So it's honestly an easy car to maneuver. We'll slow down for these bumps so I don't scratch it up. Especially in this mode, the suspension is really stiff. You can definitely tell that in this car. Turning circle isn't the best. It's a little on the big side, I would say, even though I did just make that. But you can tell, being, more of an all-wheel drive car, it has some of those characteristics. Man, we're still running in the engine, so I'm not going to be redlining it just yet. But you can tell there is so much response and power. This car is almost like twitchy in a good way. Just the response of it, it really does exactly what you want to do. And I think my favorite thing, like I said, when you toggle back down to comfort mode, it really feels like a refined Audi, which for the price point, it better feel really nice and special. Only complaints would be, I think this looks a little cheap. The top of the dash is just like shiny rubber that's kind of squishy. I would really like, given it has Nappa leather, if this was leather, same with the upper parts of the doors. I think that would go a long way, making the interior feel really, really good. It's pretty darn nice in here, just that's the one thing, because you see it so easily. And then my only other complaint, like I kind of mentioned, the steering, I'm not quite sold on it yet. I know some people don't like electronic power steering. When I bought my Supra, a lot of people hated that. However, when you drive the Supra, it's like, that car steers amazing. This car, I'm not sold on it. I like the Supra steering. I like the old S3 steering, and of course, old school mechanical steering too. So I don't know. I just feel like it sometimes maybe feels loose. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I almost feel like the front turns and then the back follows. So it's just a little weird to me right now. I need more seat time, I guess. But comment below, what do you guys think of the steering? That's my only little complaint. Other than that, though, it's definitely a really, really fun sedan.